What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Warren Watches Wrestling back at you again with another video. And today we will be making our predictions for Summerslam, the second biggest show of the year for WWE, the hot WrestleMania. They try to build it up to be that second biggest show. We'll be talking about each match, the predictions, what we think will happen in the match, who we think will win the match, where we think storylines will go after the match is over, how we think the match will go. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So another fun fact, we're going to try to predict these matches in the order that I think they will come on. The first two matches have been on ESPN. The rest of the matches will be on ESPN Plus for the PLE side of it. So I am going to be predicting. We know it is night one. We know it is night two, but we do not know the order of these matches yet. So that's another fun thing that we'll be doing. But the first match that I think will happen will be Liv versus Io. Now, this will be a repeat of Night of Champions where we had these two on ESPN as well. But I think ESPN and WWE are going to do anything they can to get any parts of Danhausen on ESPN. And of course, if you've been watching this feud, you know that he has been a part of this feud. Now, this feud itself has been, not the best, but we're not here to complain about that. We're here to talk about the match. If Danhausen curses Liv or takes the curse off of Liv before the match, I do think that's just going to completely take away from the stakes of this match. It's going to make the match less exciting because you know who the winner is going to be. If Liv gets cursed, she's going to lose. If for some reason he's like, you are uncursed, she's probably going to win. So I hope that's not the case here. If these two have a match, I do think Io is end up going to get the win. I think with Raquel winning last night on Monday Night Raw, if she loses the title, it could cause some, discombobulation within the Judgment Day, a little disconnect with them now that Liv is not the greatest of all time, but Raquel is actually a champion and she is not. And I think also if them two aren't ringside, if they don't interfere, if they don't help, that could definitely cause disconnect as well. The fact that this could be a clean match, would be great. I don't see that happen. I do see interference coming on. Maybe we'll get Rhea Ripley to come out and have Io's back, but I do think Io Sky will end up winning this match. I will predict that the Judgment Day will get involved and Stephanie Valkyrie will make her comeback, take out the Judgment Day on the outside, which won't really make sense, but that will also help set up either Liv and Stephanie, or we could do Stephanie and Io again for the world title to put on another great match at the next PLE coming up. But my prediction here will be Io Sky. I think the second match that will be on ESPN will be the six-man tag match. This match is one that, if you told me this was going to be one of the best built matches going into SummerSlam, I would call you crazy. I would think that this would be a match that they would announce the week before, as they did with some other matches on the card. I thought this would be one of those type of matches, but no, this match actually has had a great build, a pretty solid storyline. I think everyone in this, besides Fatu, has elevated their game to look better going into this feud. Now, I do see this match going very run-of-the-mill with a six-man tag match, especially if it is on ESPN, with every guy getting their spots in, and with the Bloodline taking the win here. I don't see them losing. I sadly am going to predict that the ragtag group of the three-man tag with Royce, LA, and Solo will have the match won. Maybe LA will hit a BFT to, let's just say he'll hit it on Jimmy Uso to eat the pin. Solo will come in, hit the spike, and go back to the Bloodline. I love Solo as a face. I wish he would stay face. Like, just seeing the videos of him out in public, him smiling, hugging people, the crowd actually starting to get behind him, which you never thought you would see. People are comparing Solo to The Rock, which is insane. It is true. Look it up on Twitter. People have been saying it. People love this Solo, but I do see his match as being very run-of-the-mill. I think it can be a fun match if you let everyone come in, kind of be a fast pace. I don't think it'll be longer than 15 minutes. It'll probably be 10 minutes around is how long I think this match will be. Get in, have the turn from Solo, have the Bloodline win this match, which can continue LA Knight having his beef with the Bloodline, can have Royce Keys have beef now with Fatu and Solo coming out of this. Solo will go back. We'll have the Usos. I don't know, maybe go after the tag titles. Who knows? They really don't care about tag titles anymore. But my prediction here is the Bloodline taking this win with a Solo heel turn, sadly. And then getting into the actual card, I think the first match of the PLE side of it will be Gunther taking on Nick Aldis, a match that I am glad is happening, a match that I am actually kind of excited for to see. I've heard about Nick Aldis or Magnus and his run. He's supposedly can hoop and ball out in the ring. I've never seen his matches, so I am curious to see what he can do in the ring. It is kind of funny thinking that he is one of the younger wrestlers on this show, which kind of just shows that WWE does not like young superstars, up-and-comers. The fact that Aldis is one of the younger stars on the show. This match, I think it will be competitive. I mean, hell, Gunther had a competitive match with Pat McAfee. So I definitely think this match will be competitive. I honestly think that Gunther will find a way to cheat to win. He's not going to win clean here. My prediction, yeah, I am going to bet Gunther. I just don't see how Nick Aldis would win this match with a guy that they were obviously seeing a big like future with, and they kind of super cooled off for him with that feud with Cody. He's definitely cooled off from retiring AJ John and Goldberg, but he's going to win this match. I think a win for Nick Aldis is just putting on a good match, showing that you can still go in the ring. He's already had one great promo. Maybe he'll have another one this Friday at SmackDown, but he definitely is on the right path. I think a great match from Nick Aldis is really all he needs here, but I don't see it really going any other way than Gunther and getting the win here. If they did do Nick Aldis, I would not be mad. I think it would be a hell of a swerve, but yeah, the prediction has to be Gunther, and I think he won't win clean, which is crazy to say, but I don't think he'll win clean. I think he will sweep Nick Aldis. Up next, we have another 6-woman tag match now. We have the Bella Twins and Paige taking on Fatal Influence here. This was one of those matches that we kind of just thrown out there very last minute. They booked this last Friday. They announced it was happening. And I am happy for Fatal Influence to get on the SummerSlam card. I do think this faction does have a very, very, very bright future, and I hope that they will push them coming out of this. I think this match will probably be the low point of night one. Hopefully the crowd's into it, but I see this being the part where the crowd starts to kind of die off a little bit going into this match. But Fatal Influence can absolutely hoop in the ring, having the Bellas back together, having Nikki return, and obviously Paige, who the fans all love. Hopefully we'll keep them involved and intrigued in this match. I think they can put on a good match. We see Fatal Influence out there. All three of them are hoopers in the ring. I don't care what anyone says. They can all go in the ring. I don't think it should be a hard decision here, but I also don't like the way they book Fatal Influence. Yes, we finally gave Laney and Fallon the tag titles. JC has not been booked that great since she has arrived with all the heat in the world on her. Definitely cooled off, but they need this win here. We have to continue to push Fatal Influence. Maybe going out of this, we can have a heel turn. After Nikki and Brie lose, maybe Paige will take the pin again, and then we can have the Bellows kind of turn on Paige, having her take back-to-back pins, so Brie can be like, hey, I never lost the tag titles. Nikki be like, no, Paige is the reason we're losing, because I don't see them turning Paige heel. Because I think Paige will come out of this with a feud with JC. Maybe we'll have the Bella Twins feud with Laney and Fallon, but ideally, I think we should move on from it. I would like JC and Paige, but if the Bellas turn on Paige after the match, that would be a swerve. That would be a good heel turn out of nowhere. This way we can have Fatal Influence get the well-needed win to continue to push them, and we can have Paige become the single star that I think we all want her to be. So my prediction is Fatal Influence wins, and we get the Bellas turning heel. Up next, we got what is arguably the best built and biggest match of night one. That is Oba taking on Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell, the Broctagon, that Paul Heyman has been calling it and trying to get over nonstop. This match, I think, will be terrific. I really hope that they let them go at each other. They make the match as violent as, well, it's hard to say as violent as Drew and CM Punk was, but continue the Hell in a Cell, make it a very violent match. Blood probably should be involved in this match. These are two big guys that can definitely put each other through beatings. They both are going to take 5-6 finishers probably each before they lose. I'm sure Oba's going to kick out of about 7 F5s again and might get the win with like his second or third fall from grace through a table or whatever it might be. This match, I really hope it isn't a squash. As much as I love Oba, I would not want to see Oba just squash Brock here. We already seen that. I damn sure don't want to see Brock squash Oba here. I think that would just be the completely wrong decision and would kind of make all of SummerSlam sour for me if that was to happen. I really do think I would tune out if they did do that. But Oba should definitely begin the win here. This should be the end of the feud. I don't think Brock Lesnar is leaving yet. If this was his last match, I think they would want to advertise it as Brock Lesnar's retirement match. And they'd probably make it the main event. And they could throw all this money on it and definitely continue to announce that Brock is retiring. So I don't think this will be his retirement match. I don't think Oba winning here will hit harder than it did at WrestleMania. I really think this could have benefited from being a one-and-done type of match. But I just hope this match goes 15 to 20 minutes, that they let them completely, utterly, murder each other in the Hell in a Cell. That it's not Hate in the Crate, that is a Hell in the Cell match. And that's why I am predicting to be the co-main event before the main event match, and not on ESPN, because I really don't want to see this on ESPN. If it is, it's going to be a very much shell of what it should be. But my prediction, I do think Obafemi will win this match. I think, like I said, he's going to kick out of about 6 or 7 F5s from Brock Lesnar. He's going to look like a monster. Brock Lesnar isn't going to look weak. He's probably going to take an absolute beating before he gets put down. And hopefully after the match is over, we do get that sign of respect, that little handshake from both of them, as Obafemi will be going on to bigger things, such as a World Heavyweight Championship, probably at WrestleMania. But my prediction will be the ruler, Obafemi. And then finally for night one, we got our main event. We got Cody Rhodes taking on CM Punk. A feud that has just not been great. Let's just call it what it is. It's been one of the worst build matches of all of SummerSlam right now. They don't really have a story going into this. Maybe this Friday they'll start taking deep digs and cuts at each other. But the whole, oh my God, he hit me in the face with his title. I'm sad. I'm upset about that. That was on purpose. That's not going to get it done. That's just not a great storyline right now. I don't even know what the hype package for this match would generally look like right now. I think they would just use stuff that wasn't even part of the build-up to just try to make this match a little bit more hype. But the match itself will probably be an absolute banger of a match. All things considered, CM Punk, since he has returned, has been putting on great matches when he has to defend or go after the World Heavyweight Championship. Just be point blank honest with you. He has been putting on great matches, and I think this match will be a wrestling clinic between these two. These two obviously do have good chemistry. They're going to have good chemistry in the ring, I believe, and I think this match will probably go on for about 30 minutes. I do think it'll be a long match. I don't think there's going to be any interference or anything crazy going on. You know, Drew McIntyre could return, but I just don't see that happening here. He does have beef with both of them, but if that does happen, that would be crazy. I would post this the next day and say that I did bring it up. But I don't see that happening. I do see it being a clean match, and I just think it will be back and forth, same as the Open Brock. I do think that with these two especially, CM Punk will probably kick out of 6 Crossroads. Cody will probably kick out of 5 or 6 GTSs. They're probably going to steal each other's finishers because they love doing that in CM Punk matches at this point. But I think that they can put on a really fun match, and there will be stake here because it could go either way, honestly. I know people think CM Punk just won, so he's not going to lose to Cody, but we've seen Cody win these titles back after he loses them pretty quickly, being the champion going into WrestleMania. But I am going to predict CM Punk to win this match here. Like I said, it'll probably take 6 GTS, so we might have that fall off the rope into another one type of spot. But I will predict CM Punk to be still the undisputed WWE Championship, because I just think he has a lot more to do with the title. He's already called out more people. He could go after Finn, who has the number 1 contendership. He could go after Sammy. You know, we're already named people, and I think there's just a lot more for Punk to do. And I think Cody Rhodes can also have main event feuds that aren't with the title. It would be nice to see Cody actually have a feud that isn't about the WWE Championship. So I'm predicting CM Punk to win here, win clean in a great match. Then to kick off night 2, I think we're going to start with the Danhausen versus Dom and Human Money's on a pole match. Because, like I said, ESPN probably wants Danhausen on there. He's as much as mainstream as a WWE can be. So they're going to continue to push Danhausen to be a mainstream ESPN guy. So I'm sure they're going to have him on the show. I think him kicking off the show in what will be a very over-the-top comedy slapstick type of match. So if you don't like those type of matches, you probably won't like this. There's going to be a ton of shenanigans. We're going to get the mini houses involved. Who knows what else will get involved? We might bring out, Jay Jettas because he's been advertised in the advertisements. Who knows what we'll do, but we're going to try to do something to get the crowd to pop. I think the match at Saturday night's main event with JD was not really that fun or great. I mean, we had the catch spot, but other than that, the match wasn't memorable. Anything on a pole match is usually not that exciting. I kind of said that on my reaction in my Monday night review. The money's on a pole match was not that fun or exciting because it's like just on the turnbuckle. You just climb up turnbuckle and grab it. So it's not like it's just very vertical. But I'm sure this match is going to be filled with shenanigans. And I'm going to actually do the bold choice here. I'm going to go with Dom. Here. I think Dom needs it. I know we're talking about he was at Survivor Series defeating John Cena last year, but he also is your AAA Mega Champion, and he is someone that was very mainstream himself last year. With beating John Cena, with people thinking he's very cool, you kind of just like the character that he was. Hell, at WrestleMania 2 years ago, he got a pop, one of the biggest pops of all of WrestleMania when he won the IC title. I think a loss here would kind of hurt him, especially as a Triple A champion. So I think this would be huge for him to get the win here. As much as it's just Danhausen you're beating, I think a loss would kind of take a lot of credit away from that Triple A championship, which they are trying to build up. So I am going to do the bold decision here, and I'm going to pick Dom Mysterio to win, so we can at least protect a little bit of the Triple A championship, and hopefully this will finally be the end of the Danhausen feud, and he can go on. No offense to Dan, but he can go back on to doing, segments here and there with who knows what. Also, another prediction for this match, I do believe Kit Wilson and The Miz will get involved. Whether they're going to be zombies, how they're going to get involved, out there weird. I'm sure they will get involved at some point of this match. Maybe we'll get a new member of Judgment Day, because that's never going to end anytime soon. But anyway, I already made my decision here. I'm going with Dom in the upset win. Up next, I am going to go with the women's 5-man or 5-woman ladder match to be on ESPN as the second match of the night. There's a lot of matches I was choosing to go with here. I kind of want to go with Trick just because I know ESPN likes Trick as well. But it'd be nice to get this match. I do think this is a great match to showcase. The women ladder matches are a lot of fun. My only worry about putting this on second is the time that it will get. We've seen the Intercontinental Championship match for the men go on ESPN. Great match, a lot of fun, but it was only 12 minutes or something like that. So I do hope to give them a little bit more time than that, especially with the first match being so shenanigan filled. Hopefully this is just more fun, more straightforward. But we got Charlotte, we got Jade, we got Tiffany, we got Chelsea. And the last match is Julia and Lash Legend, which I guess I'll predict that I'm going to go with... I want to say Julia would get in just because we screwed over Nia Jax with interference twice. So maybe Kiana will come out and go after Julia or something like that to make Julia win. So now Lash and Nia can still continue to go off, because we definitely have cooled off on both of them. So I'm kind of surprised they're versing each other, because I would see both of them losing a matchup. But I'm going to go with... I changed my mind. I do say that happened, but I'm going to go with Lash just because she can be the powerhouse that we stack ladders on top of and try to go after. This match can go either way. There's a lot. I don't think Tiffany should win just because she already has a title that she's not defending. I wouldn't mind Chelsea winning, but I think Chelsea has Money in the Bank more in her future than this match. So I think that's more of her plan. I honestly see Charlotte Flair winning this match. I just don't see them giving it to Jade. I see Jade having to beat Charlotte for it. Maybe that will probably be the next feud coming out of this. But I think Charlotte Flair will win this match. I think it could be a very fun match. We really don't have high flyers. Tiffany will jump, off the top of the ladder. Chelsea, we've seen take a crazy bump through tables off the ladder before. Charlotte can, get high flying from time to time. Jade is not much of a high flyer, but I think she might try to do something to show out. And Lash is not jumping off the ladder. But I think it'll be a very decent match. I just hope that they give it enough time to get cooking. But my prediction here will be Charlotte Flair, and coming out of it, her feud will be with Jade Cargill. Up next, to start off the PLE side of it, we got Penta taking on Chad Gable in what I think will be the best match of the weekend. As long as they give them enough time to put on the best match of the weekend. I really hope this isn't ad-filled, but if it's not, this match will absolutely cook. We have Penta, who has had a terrific run, probably my favorite champion right now in the company. Banger matches. He connects with the crowd. Like I said, luchadors usually don't get over with the crowd. Penta has it all, man. He's cool. He's great in the ring. He cuts fiery promos. He's over with the crowd. Great entrance, great appearance. But this match has to be for Chad Gable. It's in Chad Gable's hometown. He just cut a absolutely terrific promo in his hype package on Monday Night Raw. Tell the whole storyline. It's a perfect storyline going into this match, as Penta's the one that sent Chad Gable down this path. He was the one that beat Chad Gable in Penta's debut. Chad Gable had trouble with the luchadors. He had this obsession with the Intercontinental Championship. He continued to lose, so he finally went to become El Grande Americano, went to AAA, and this was all because Penta beat him and sent him down this path. So for him to come back from this redemption tour and face Penta in his hometown as SummerSlam for the title that he couldn't win, it's too unironically perfect for Chad Gable not to win here. And here's the thing, I love Penta. I wouldn't, if Penta was versus anyone else other than Chad Gable at this time, I probably would want Penta to win. But I think Chad Gable has to win here. I don't think he's going to make Penta tap out. I think he'll win by pinfall, even though that's not really his thing. But I think he will win by pinfall because I just don't see Penta tapping out. Maybe he'll pass out, but I don't see that being the case either. So I think they will put on an absolute classic, probably match of the year type of match. and Chad Gable will finally win singles gold and become Intercontinental Champion in a very emotional celebration after the match. From one mid card to the next mid card, we got Trick taking on Corbin. And I know everyone has the same thought here is why the hell is it Baron Corbin? What did Carmelo do? What has Carmelo done to you guys to not give him this moment, to take him off WrestleMania? And now clearly everyone wanted Trick versus Melo. And we had the feud set up. We were literally building towards it. And then we give it to Baron Corbin. For what? Like, it makes me not even want to talk about this match. Obviously, Baron Corbin came back. He screwed over Melo, so it should just be a triple threat because that was Melo's opportunity to go after the title. So, anyway, with Melo not being in the match, I think this will be I'm not trying to hate here, but I think it's going to be a boring match. I think it's going to be a very run-of-the-mill, 10-minute match, a little bit back and forth. Baron Corbin's going to be working the crowd, trying to become a heel. Trick's going to have a rally at the end, off the rope, into a trick shot. 1, 2, 3. I think it's going to be a very run-of-the-mill. I think it's going to not be that terrific. And it should just be Melo. I don't know why we're not doing Melo here. I don't know what Melo has done. I don't know what Ilya Dragunov has done to not even be seen on TV. But it just doesn't make sense to me why this was a feud. If you don't know what happened, eventually Corbin attacked Trick Williams after the Fatal 4-Way on last episode of Friday Night SmackDown. And I guess Trick called him out and they announced the match. That's what happened here. That's how we got here. Last minute. I'm not mad that there's another match on the show. It just shouldn't be this. This should not be the match. It should be Melo. And I'm just going to predict Trick Williams to win in a very run-of-the-mill basic match. After doing this, I kind of want to change my order. I kind of want to put that Trick and Baron match on ESPN and make the ladder match the co-main event. I feel like that would just make more sense, especially have the women go on last, because like I said, I think that Trick and Baron match is going to be like 10 minutes, and this way ESPN can get Trick Williams on their show, because he's been on ESPN a couple times already. So I'm going to flop them, all right? I'm going to flip them. I'm going to put the women as a co-main event, and I'm going to put Trick and Baron on ESPN, okay? So this is going to go on before the women's ladder match. Now we got that settled. But we got Finn taking on Sami, another match that was announced very last minute here. Obviously, Sami Zayn being the champion that is rightfully screwed over. Like, he has a point. He has been screwed over. He had to defend his championship on a show that he's not even on against a guy he didn't know he was going to face. So he should be mad. He should get another opportunity to win the title back. But we're making him work for it. We had a Fatal 4-Way that Finn Balor has won. Now, Finn Balor fans, I think you can rejoice here. I think Finn Balor will win this match and send Sami down another bad path. I do see this match being absolutely terrific. We have two great workers. Finn is getting over with the crowd again. We're actually starting to push Finn. He's on a win streak. He beat, MFT. I thought he'd be stuck in that verse forever. And then he won the Fatal 4-Way, which was a good win to have. And we put him on SummerSlam. So clearly we see another future in Finn. And I hope that they build it up. I don't know if it's my Finn fandom is why I'm picking him, or if it's just a fact that I do actually believe he's going to win. But I am going to take Finn Balor to win in what will be probably a great match. A lot of false finishes here. I don't see any shenanigans or anything really happening here to make it not a clean finish. I don't think Finn would cheat to win because he's a babyface right now. Maybe Sami would try to and screw himself over so he can blame the ref and go down that path. But I just think Finn Balor will win here. We'll win clean because we continue Sami going down this heel path of blaming everyone for his mistakes. And this way we can have Finn Balor go after the championship again, which I think a lot of people want to see. So give me Finn to beat Sami in what will be a great match and a clean match. And last but not least, we've got our main event of Night 2, Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins. Now, the build to this match has been up and down. I think their history kind of just writes itself. I'm glad we're not bringing in no outside factors. Glad we're not bringing in no celebrities for this match. Just let these two have their history. The video packages that they've been using, I'm sure they're going to put together a great hype package for this match. I'm almost positive both going to have like damn near WrestleMania type entrances for this match, as they will end their chapter together. They've been talking a lot about this is our last round versing each other. This might be the last time we get to do this dance. So if this is the last dance, I think it will be like night one. I think this is going to be like a 30-minute, 35-minute main event. A ton of kickouts, a ton of false finishes. Same as the other main event. I'm sure we're going to go through about 7 stomps, 8 spears, and Superman punches that they're going to continue to kick out of. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. I think they do have terrific chemistry as it is. And I see Roman Reigns overcoming his demons of Seth Rollins not being able to beat him and beating him in this main event and beating him clean. I don't think there's going to be involvement from any bloodline members. I don't think this is where Zillifa 2 makes his appearance. I don't think this is where The Rock will come out and screw over Seth Rollins, even though that would be crazy. I would love to see it, but I just think this is Roman Reigns beating Seth Rollins in a clean win after about, I'm going to say, 7 spears, 5 Superman punches. Then he'll finally take down Seth, pin Seth, continue to build Roman Reigns up as this unbeatable champion that doesn't need any outside help. And I do think Roman's going to continue to hold this title all the way to WrestleMania, where he will eventually lose to Oba. I just think that's the storyline, and I think they already have that penciled in at WrestleMania, so they're going to keep it that way. So whoever faces Roman from here to then probably won't be exciting. Who do I want to win? I want Seth to win because I'm just a Seth guy. I've always been a Seth fan. He's always been like my favorite since I came back to wrestling a couple years ago. He's been my favorite wrestler. He shows up all the time. I think he's just a workhorse and he deserves it. But Roman is the bigger star. And I just think that Roman has more to do with the title, and he's going to have the bloodline and the whole storyline. Seth coming out of this might take some time off. And who knows when he comes back who he will feud with. I just see him losing this clean to Roman, and I see Roman Reigns being still your world heavyweight champion to end the show. End of the show, I think it is just going to be that simple. They might shake hands after the match to kind of show mutual respect and move on. I kind of don't want them to. I think they should just have this forever feud. They're best friends outside of wrestling, but inside of the kayfabe world, they should still hate each other for the end of time until they retire. Unless it's Hall of Fame announcement, inductory, they should induct each other. But until then, they should continue this kayfabe hate that they have for each other. I don't see The Rock coming out. I just see it being a win. Then walking out, Roman holding the title. End of the show, credits roll. So that is it. Those are my predictions for SummerSlam night 1 and night 2. It's kind of a long-winded video there, but will it be as good as last year's? I was actually at last year's. I live in the Philadelphia area, so it was right in Jersey. Last year was a great time. I don't think it's going to live up to the matches that they had last year. The ladder match there and the main event there last year were absolutely terrific. The triple threat match, I went to Sunday, so I don't think it's going to live up to that. But I hope it is a good SummerSlam. I hope it's not ad-filled. And, we're going to be making our reaction after night 1. After night 2, we'll be posting our reaction videos on our Instagram, Warren Watches Wrestling. We did get our first subscriber, so thank you to being my first subscriber. Now we're looking for our first like and our first comment. So thank you. We're going to continue to post daily videos. My name is Warren Watches Wrestling. Y'all stay beautiful, world.